As a pointer?
No, does anyone have a laser pointer? We can go and see you were using
So, hello everybody. Thank you for welcoming us and letting us this big chance to be here speaking about this interesting subject. So, what we wanted to do here in this article is was to investigate the work of Anatal Virou that we realized with Moreno and Corentin was linked to cellular automata formalism. So what we want to study here is a melodic lines, a really natural transformation that is interval computation, and after to show the link first with the sonatas. After, Corentin will explain that we will work on periodic sequences of melodic line, and we'll show you your results, and it will be illustrated by a composition. So, okay, let's go. Okay, what we will consider are whether NTET or EDO. So you will have an alphabet that can be finite. For instance, I show one scale here, where I will take my value for my melodic line. I consider one sentence, for instance, here. Like you see, you can put number for notes, obviously. And what we will want to do will be to compute the intervals between every note. So, you see here, you have a -10, but we can use the equivalence to the octava to explain that -10 is always 6. You can put this note up. So, you see, we will have a lot of values, which are intervals, of course, but we can do something really nice. It will be that all those intervals, we can send it with the function to the note word, the note space. So you see, two intervals that will be close will be two close notes again. And again, okay, this is a note, but this is also an interval. We can start again to compare the interval of the intervals and so on. It creates quite a mega structure that analyzes deeply the melodic lines. So this is the one that Virou studied in his composition. Oh, there is also something really nice. We can study it also on infinite set. Why not doing it? We can take any frequencies. It's in bijection with a 0, 1. So we can take infinite alphabet. And you look at, here I can play a melody just intonation, for instance. And I will compute what it will not be the subtraction. Here we are the frequency word. It will be the division. And I will get a new sentence showing, for instance, that the two first intervals, C, he, G sharp, bizarre, are the same note finally, using again the equivalence to the octava. Okay. So quickly, we will study two stuff. The division, so the intervals, but also the symmetry between intervals. Look at this example. We get at the end that you have 1, 1, which is 0, 0 in the TET world. So, why? Because all the intervals here are the same. It's saying that at the end, you will have really simple sentence. Look at this one. I will do the multiplication, and as it's symmetric, CE, EC, CE, and so on, I will get again the same result. That's the two cellular automata we will study. What are cellular automata? You have an alphabet, finite or infinite, and a DCA, deterministic cellular automata, acting on an infinite grid of cells, as you the interval here, will be an action that is defined locally, as you saw there were only two little arrows like this, considering intervals. And that will be, that's the most important thing, acting locally with the local function little f. What we will study is the family of sigma polynomial deterministic cellular automata, which are the ones which are linear. You will not have, for instance, one interval squared divided by another interval squared. You have only linear operation. And what is really important is that they are isomorph to Laurent polynomials. I can consider an automata of this type like a polynomial. Okay, a really famous example of cellular automata is a Pascal triangle modulo 2. And this is exactly what you get with doing the multiplication I showed you. By doing the addition modulo 2 of, you start from a little site here and you activate what I explained you, the multiplication which is here, the addition of sites, and you will get this with beautiful symmetry, which is a factor. Okay, our two automata are delta, the one of Virou, which is doing every time you give one note and another note will be the difference, and the other one the addition. Because here we are in the case where we will take finite linear set. I explain it here quickly. You will have always the same rule here. A plus B, A and B will be B minus A, and here, if you have other sites located on space or somewhere else, you have the same rule. We call F, F2 and F delta those rules. Okay, as they are isomorphic to polynomials, you can have the image really quickly of those two automata, which are the binomial of Newton here. Okay, so what we consider is, quickly, is first initial, a first initial sequence that will be periodic in our case. We will explain it why, because we want it to be finite, and it's applied to canonical process. And we will consider the images of it, F is the automata here, but also the pre-images. But what are the pre-images of such cellular automata? Okay, imagine you have this sentence, which is only 0, 1, really fun in music, it's just C and F sharp, whoa. Okay, that's an example. You don't know what you have, but you can here select only one value, which will be anywhere you want. And because of the property of cellular automata, you will spread everything with the local rule. It's called hypermutativity. Okay, so now remember this, we have a process which is the one leaded by the F, that can be delta auto, indexed by the time. What does it mean? The time is the iteration of which iteration of the automata I am, and in the space with the I. No, you can ask, but what is this value in the past? I am in the past, here is my first sentence, which is periodic as I showed, I call it alpha, 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 alpha. What is this site? Okay. We build, when you have all this, we build artificial sequence here that is perpendicular, like this, taking all the value in 0, and we call it Y. Y0 of, and we will explain it of F bar.
And here?
Here, it will be Yi of F bar, but time and space will inverse. Will it? Okay, look at it. Imagine you have delta. F is equal to delta. Here. You will have all the local rules, as I said to you, in all this dependence code, because of the neighborhood N. So, what we remark right now is that you can inverse all the local rules, and because of this, with the symmetry of the cone, you will consider that this site is imaged by the other automata of all this initial line, which is what? The line of the little value I will choose every time. remember, we need only one value to have the print. So that's what we will do. There is a key result between automata. So this is the result. The action to look one automata in the past is to look the other one in the present with the rotation.
Right. So to this result, this one. So thanks to this result and a bit of a small binomial trick, we can have an exact function that describes any number in our whole process. So the formulas don't matter much. What matters is that we have a formula. If you want to take a closer look, you can look at the paper. So now we can also look at how periods evolve over the time dimension of this process. Because if you go in positive time, the periods will tend to either stay the same or decrease, and inversely if you go in the opposite way. So here we note this value, which again you can take a closer look in the paper if you want to go further. We have an exact formula again. No need to worry about the stairs. And what happens is that when you go up one step, the whole sequence will be transposed if you look one period later, one period of the earlier step, going back in time. And so that's for delta. It's slightly more complicated for tau. Even values are transposed up and odd values are transposed down, but because of some alternating sums, but it's very manageable. So because of that, we can describe precisely how the period changes over time in either direction. Now we want to do some characterization on those periodic sequences. And one very important distinction that we can do is what happens as you go in the positive time direction. So one case that may happen is that you end up on a zero in the field. If you're on zero, you'll stay there. So that's what we call F-reducible sequences. And another special case is that you end up on the same sequence that you started with. So that's now F-reproducibility. And so you have two small examples here. And the very interesting results that Danguza and Morano already demonstrated some time ago for the delta automaton, but we generalize it to any sigma polynomial automaton, is that you can split any periodic sequence as a sum of a reducible sequence and a reproducible sequence according to one automata. So you have as many splits as you want, and they're all unique for a given automata. Then Danguza and Morano also had some characterizations on when the sequences are reducible or reproducible according to delta. And if we recall the results that we had on the evolution of periods, we don't really have time anymore for this one. But if we recall the results that we had on periods and the fact that the zero sequence is period 1, we can see that we will have some irregularities as well on tau. So we have partial characterizations of reducibility and reproducibility of tau. So they're not quite as strong as the characterizations that we had for delta, but it's already a start. Now, this is a small example of a very, very tiny Monte Carlo simulation of what happens when we take a random periodic sequence and random values for the pre-images. And believe it or not, there are actually 10 curves there, but we can only see 3 and maybe 4 if you really closely in the corner. But so there's very strong regularity. So we would like to be able to characterize better how it evolves. So right now it looks like there's a change in period every period of the prime power of the size of the alphabet, plus a small term that we still need to characterize. Then also we want to know if we can, looking in the pre-images, know how we can drive the sequence to find repeated elements. Let's talk about it more.
Here, from the compositional point of view, I was like thinking like I will make a figure or something close, and really search like what is the density of the patterns of my thema, which is here. So C, E, and so on with the alphabet, which is Z16. Why Z16? Because it's linked to what the first image I showed to you with Pascal triangle modulo 2, which is the power of 2. And I was inspired by the fact it's, for me, Fugger are fractal somehow. So I divided the thema alpha in many pieces. And I was like, how will we find patterns in the past and the future, in the pre-images and images directions? So, as it's a figure, I took two counter subjects, which were the image by delta and tau of my thema. Okay. And I divided it into two. So, searching for transposition, permutations, subpatterns, and deviations. This is the image of the composition. It's a tree. You can go on. Duality, why? Because there will be some curves, there will be some discrete alphabet mixed, and there is the of the composition. Here start by curves, being exactly the knot of the thema that will converge to the fugue. And after, for me, the development was the fact to again have branches. And here, duality, because there is a rotation, you have alpha, pre-images and images. Okay, so that's something I work on, like to the rebirth from the peak, and that's how the curves are made. We programmed it with a friend. This will speak about. Let's go for composition.
Okay, we have some time for questions.
It's not a question, it's just a comment.
Yes, of course.
I find this very useful to film scoring. Like, could you comment something about?
Yes, a friend of mine, which is in film, music film maker, that told me this too. It would be fun to, for horror movie, was a bit disappointed.
I think that maybe for real musicians it's very difficult to play because they are not used to that kind of language and tuning and to play exactly as in the paper. But
Okay, I think that's the big challenge for UPIC is to be able to give constant ratios with a classification of intervals to explain every time what you are doing with some representation, with the usual way to do it. But it's music in air times air, so it's pure freedom. I mean, you can do whatever you want with rhythm and frequency. I mean, that's a big challenge.
maybe if you can, I think that the kind of the sounds that you are using, the MIDI sounds, are quite, MIDI.
Yeah.
MIDI,
it's a big one.
but I see the possibility to have this MIDI file and use our more advanced, for example, Logic DAW processor to get sounds with more sound quality, and then you got like a very great results for film scoring. So
Exactly, because like when I was listening to it, I was like, oh yeah, that's really a big one. It took 2 years to do it first, and it's really difficult to have a sound that will support the fact to slide, to be continuous. It's really difficult.
you can, if you want, try. I don't know if you are, if you know Logic. Do you know Logic?
Yeah, a bit.
Okay, so you can get the MIDI into Logic and modulate with other more cooler sounds, synths and whatever, and the results will be amazing.
You will show me.
Okay, if you have any more comments, okay, we have
We don't have any questions. I love the piece and the concept. I was just wondering the notation you used for 16. Is that Blackwood's notation or?
Oh, notations in notations. Like for me, I mean, it could have been something else. Some people criticize me like Jose Luis and he was right.
Yeah.
But for me, that's the numbers that are important, not the name of the note. Like to call it with a.
It's not that important. I was just wondering.
Oh, okay. I wrote it compared to like you. I'm fan of just intonation, and I was like, I like closer to the harmonic 7. I will write it in some.
Okay, so it's your own notation idea, isn't it?
Yeah, I like classifications of interval, and for me, it should be noted when you're closer to that or the other pure interval, for instance, for 5 over 4 and so on.
Okay, cool. If it's not detailed in your paper, I'm sure it is. But if it's not, I'll ask you about it later. But otherwise, I'll read it in the paper. Thanks.
okay. So then you please.